Immortal. Yo. Came out the portal, immortal into a human body. I've been existing way before the earth had Anunnakis. Intergalactical battles, intergalactical travels, infinitely going through stars. The universe will unravel all of its secrets, peep it. I'm starting to leak it. Time for truth is coming, 100, it's time to seek it. Expanding my perception through the spectrum of light. I'm going in with spectrum and the shit's out of sight. We indigo children, yeah, we building frequencies through the ceiling. Penetrating through reality, a marvelous feeling. Regardless, we're healing these humans that be claiming we demonic. The resonance goes over their heads, we super cosmic. Your logic is ignorance mixed with fear in your thinking. My pineal gland is flooded, son, that shit don't be blinking. Sinking into your subconscious like a song with no words. The way I come up with these symbols of letters is absurd. Hey yo, my rhymes are like angelic beings. The shit is freeing, so pure that if you were born blind, I'll have you seeing. Breathing in a multi-dimensional light so captivating. Double helix is nonsense, so what I'm activating. Feel the power from within, seeping right through my skin. From the earth into my feet as it goes up to my chin. It got me grinning, rotation like spirals, my music spinning. I told you that I don't be playing, still I'm always winning. Fibonacci to the haters, curve them right to the side. They don't understand the energy, it comes from inside. So inside is what I master, used to be a disaster. Now I'm gladly elevating to a whole new chapter. Yeah, I'm giving birth to a whole new style. I incarnated through New York, yeah, I rep Long Island. Don't get it twisted though, I'm truly repping this earth. I came to free all these humans and show you all what you're worth. Immortal. Yeah, raising your frequencies one soul at a time. As I pass this mic to my boy Spectrum, yo Spectrum, light that up, kid.
They tried to tell me I'm mortal, I told them I was immortal. They asked me what makes me different, I asked them what makes you normal. I just followed my morals and I unfollowed the formal. Hopped on a track with crews, now we straight cruising through portals. I download the Metatron, I'm reversing it till I'm dead and gone. If you think I'm dope, then you said it wrong. Not trying to flex, but I'm hella strong. Mine did things you never seen. When I say mine, you know what I mean. I'm the most when I'm in my mode, and y'all average is like the mean. I really didn't mean to go intervene. I'm the middleman chilling in between. You should do the math, we ain't keeping score. But I just hit a 3.14. I cook it up, make it look easy as pie. I'm moving in silence and seeing the sign. I am the G. If you remove me, all you gon' see is your sins. This is a big game of sins. The simulation is breaking again. I'm taking control, creating my soul. And if the truth fits, I'm breaking it in. Breaking it. All I really know is that I'll never know. I've been here for forever, don't know when to go. I think that indicates that I'm an indigo. In that case, I'm in the go. Green light, my heart, chakra booming. Solar plexus, Lexus zooming. You assuming that I'm human. I'm just being what you doing. I've been teaching teachers frequently. It's apparent I'm a parent when it comes to raising frequencies. The way I'm living life, I haven't rest in peace recently. Immortal with my technique, but my ego dying easily. Death is teasing me by leaving me with DMT. Now it seems to me that everything I see is seeing me. Life is just an infinite circle with a twist. I used to wanna be like them, now they do not exist.
Immortal.
Peace and honors to the space. Give thanks. Welcome, everyone, to the Aligning with the Evolving Cycles of Time, Knowledge, and Empowerment session. Ashe, and Asheo. We are bringing to you on this Limi at 7:30 a.m. The Art of Modeling the Mind. Ashe. Grand dawning to everyone. Please indicate in the chat that you are hearing my voice, if you would, at this moment in time. Let me know I'm coming through clear. If I need to, let me know that I need to change over to my phone, all that good stuff. I would greatly appreciate it if you would indicate in the chat. Okay. I think I got everything set up right here. We got a couple of new changes and all that going on in the space this dawning. On the Sealy, we are in the year of the red galactic moon. We're going to be bringing to you or to us the foundation of what it is that we study here in MIMEC, just to help guide you or help lead you into the space. We may or may not have the oracle reading today. We'll see. Hey, miracles do happen. And with none other than our very own high priestess MIMEC is going to be bringing in that root work of the art of modeling mind. So I have not received a confirmation that I am being heard. Ashe, great dawning to you, Priestess Initiate Yah. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the space. I hope that means you can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you confirm that for me? I would appreciate it. I really didn't want to move forward. Ashe, ashe, ashe. That's what I'm talking about. Peace love to everyone. I am your host as well as presenter this dawning for the foundation. I'm Priestess Mut Mayat Nefer Habibullah, Kin 178, the white solar mirror, standing in. Hopefully, it's still standing in for Baba. I call him Baba, Kin 38, Akil, who's, he just doing his thing, and I get that. And so I'm stepping in that gap and taking it on until his return. So if you would please at this time position yourselves in a comfortable position, we are going to go through our Uoda, which is our universal decree of divine activation. Ashe. So start your breath work, start your piecework, setting your intention. Excuse me, I did not mean for you to see me. Ashe, ashe, ashe. We stand as divine consciousness, living expressions of the infinite source of all creation. We remember, we activate, we command harmony, balance, and evolution. Our thoughts plant seeds, our emotions carry living waters, our words create vibration, our actions bring manifestation. We plant clarity, we plant healing, we plant abundance. We establish divine order upon the earth. All fear dissolves, all confusion dissolves, all limitation dissolves. Immortal health awakens, immortal wisdom awakens, immortal wealth awakens. Peace expands within us and throughout the earth. We honor the ancestors, the elders, the children, and the sacred balance of the divine feminine and divine masculine. Through thought, we plant. Through emotion, we charge. Through vibration, we align. Through word, we command. Through action, we manifest. The everlasting legacy is established. Ashe to the mind. Ashe to the body. Ashe to the spirit, ashe to the earth, ashe to the cosmos, ashe, 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 oh. Ashe, Ashe, Asheo. Much gratitude to us all for tapping in and for being in the space for yourselves and for the universe. Ashe, Ashe, and Asheo. We are MIMEC, Melanated Immortals, making evolutionary changes, and our mission is to shift the global consciousness of melanin dominant population and establish an everlasting legacy of divine frequency beings with immortal health and immortal wealth through the application and the remembrance of cosmic knowledge. Ashe, Ashe, and Asheo. And so we got a new workout for us this dawning for the foundational portion of the of what we do here in aligning with the cycles. We are here within the yellow star wave spell, which is the last wave spell, and we're on Kin 255, the blue galactic eagle. During this foundational mapping session, we're going to be bringing the Zocan calendar breakdown, the kinergy of this plasma, the root focus of how we use it in our wholeness, the human holon, the plant holon, planet holon, as well as our moon cycle breakdown. So get your pens and papers out to take notes. All right. We're going to read this affirmation for this plasma one time because we're going to see it again shortly. And it reads, I harmonize in order, y'all make it personal. I harmonize in order to create modeling mind. I seal the output of vision with the galactic tone of integrity, and I am guided by the power of self generation. All right. So, like I said, we're going to be doing things a tad bit different this dawning. All right. We're going to start off by giving you the real true foundation of why we're here. All right. By breaking down the Zocan calendar. Go ahead and start my timer. I want to make sure I get through this as general and as quickly as possible. Okay. So the Zocan calendar it's a 260 sacred timing system that we use, okay, to understand the energy that we're moving through each and every single plasma. I say plasma and not day. Ashe, keep that in mind. Most of you have heard the reason behind it, but if you are new to this space, we say plasma because it is what is living in each and every one of us. And according to this Zocan calendar, we as kin, all right, represent each 260 because each 260 kin is actually created by combining the 13 galactic tones that we move through and then also with one of the 20 Olmec solar seals that you see going down the right side, the left side of this calendar, starting with the red, then the white, the blue, and the yellow, all the way down. All right. So the tones are showing us the movements, all right, that we are expressing throughout each and every single plasma. The first tone where you see the number 1, if you need to enlarge your screen, you'll see that dot matrix right above it. It's got the 1 dot that represents the number 1, okay? And then the bar represents 5. So the first one, the number 1 next to the dragon, the red archetype solar seal is purpose. Then we have challenge for the wind. Then we have service, okay, for the night. Then we have form for the seed, radiance for the serpent, equality for the world bridger, attunement for the, I think we're at the hand for integrity bringing it into to the star. Then we have manifestation at the moon, liberation at the compassionate one, the wolf, the dog, cooperation. I think I got this right. No. Integrity is the galactic. The galactic is the eighth, right? And then intention is the solar. Forgive me for that. And that is the ninth. Okay. Then we have manifestation on the planetary tone, which is the 10th. We have liberation, which is the 11th, the spectral cooperation coming in at the crystal, and then presence coming in at the cosmic. So the solar seals that we have going down the side are the archetypes. And if you attend our chant calls, you'll see, we are bringing in the energy of that archetype on the chant calls, such as the dragon being Emish, the wind being Eek, the seed being Khan, and the eagle, which is what we're on today, being Mint. Okay. And then if you go on down a little bit further, you got the storm, and then you got the sun. That's Kawak and Ahau. Each of them are carrying a different lesson or different model or different teaching form for the life and the journeys that we're going through. Kin 255, as you see here with the yellow star within the yellow rectangle, all right, it's closing. We're now in the moment of closing out the 260 plasma cycle, okay? And what this is doing, it is carrying the wisdom of completion. It helps us to actually look back over the whole journey of the 260, right? And ask ourselves, what have I learned over this 260? High Priestess, when she's breaking it down, she's helping us to realize these things. And then it's also saying, what am I modeling? What have I modeled over the course of this 260? And what vision right now that we're on the eagle am I preparing to carry into the next? Okay. The things we decide now, we should look to evolve those things into the next 260 cycle. So to use this calendar is like being in your real your real time, your real life cycle, lifestyle, creating a lifestyle. Okay. And so this kin of this plasma, is like, what's today asking me to practice? What am I going to, how am I going to use it? What am I going to release? All right. What's taking me so far, to embody what and who I am in this plasma. Ashe. All right. So when we talk about the blue galactic eagle, is actually teaching us how we're going to rise above all the confusion and see life from a higher view. I'm forever dreaming that I'm flying. Okay. So this energy of vision, of mind, of creativity and integrity, because we're on the galactic tone, right? We got to the head of us, right up above. You see, we got our solar body, which is the galactic eagle in the center, which is our soul body, right? Then right up above us, where, your head talks about all the things that goes through your mind. That's kin 99, the blue galactic storm, bringing transformation and self-generation. Then we have our physical body, which is the yellow, the kin 164, the yellow galactic seed sitting to our right. That's our planetary body, right? Our physical body, reminding us to grow with purpose. And then our mental challenge, yet once you face that challenge, whatever it is in life, it becomes your gift. That is kin 125, the red galactic serpent, which basically is showing us or teaching us how we just need to trust our instincts, trust our guts, right? Without becoming reactive. All right, hostile in our responses, taking it in a way where we think it's always offensive, because sometimes challenges can make you feel like get on the defense, right? Or being offended by whatever that challenge is. But once you face it, once you work through it, once you really go in and get to the root of it, it becomes your gift. Then we have the hidden emotional power, which is kin 6, the white rhythmic world bridger, that's sitting at our base, sitting at the bottom part of our soul body, and it's helping us to just think about that now, helping us to release, to forgive, and then to restore those balances that we in that we are, working through, that we are moving through. And then in real life, y'all, 255 says, can my choices make my visions literally say and be what I believe in, what I stand for, what I rise up through? This is like the call to see clear, to move with wisdom, to grow with honesty, integrity, all right? And to become the living model of time, for now and for the future. Ashe, Ashe, and Asheo. So now we're going to move on into our body. All right. So we've taken it from the foundation of how to use that calendar to now, working it through our bodies. We taken the mental with the galactic signature, with the kin energy of the plasma. Now we're moving it to the body with the 13 tones, the 7 chakras, and the 7 radial plasmas. Ashe. So we're going to focus on what we're on today, which is kin 255, right? It's the 8th tone. Here we are 255. The eagle is the eighth tone within the 13 tones, right? Y'all with me on that? And it means to harmonize, to model, and to show integrity, right? So in the body, this tone connects to our left shoulder. If you see where the 3 dots and the bar are located on here, that is the left shoulder. So, if you want to, you can go ahead and touch it. Touch your left shoulder. All right. This is my left side. So in the body, this tone it's telling us basically what we're carrying, what we're upholding, and how we're going to demonstrate that in our bodies, this plasma. So the body questions, come in as, am I carrying my responsibilities with harmony? Think about that. Okay. Or am I carrying burdens that no longer serve me or match my vision of who I am? When we walk through life, sometimes we allow life circumstances to dictate or determine, who and what we see and believe in, right? This day is also working us through Limi. So if you see Limi up here, Limi is the radial plasma that's connecting us to our solar plexus. The solar plexus is governing over our willpower, our confidence levels, the directions that we step into or move into, as well as the personal strength, that we have within us, our guts. All right. And Limi is bringing purification to all that. So the practice that we are here to do is just to clear anything that may cause us to get weak within our interpersonal authorities, our inner authority, because we have that right. We have that ability to decide, when our gut or our intuition is speaking to us, which way we gonna move, how we gonna move through that. And so if you would, place one hand on your left shoulder and then the other hand on your solar plexus. Taking a deep breath and then ask yourself, what must I purify so that I can model integrity with confidence? Ashe, Ashe. What must I purify so that I can model integrity with confidence? So now let's move on into our human whole line, which is our personal body map focus here. Ashe, this is our 1320 human whole line that teaches the body, that the body is actually the living calendar. All right, that Zokin calendar in Kin 255, right? Let me tell you, these are the 20 archetypes that are in our body. All right, focusing on our fingers, our left and our right hand, and our left and our right foot. All right, or toes. Okay, fingers and toes makes 20, right? So for Kin 255, all right, the blue eagle whole line, which is on the left foot and the big toe. So if you want to, you can try to wiggle your left foot, big toe right now, because this is the toe that's connected to our crown chakra. All right, I want y'all to keep that in mind as well. The big toe helps the body and the crown chakra. If you see the bar that's located over the blue eagle down in the bottom left next to the left foot, right? You see that blue line is shooting up to the bar that's at the top of the head. That's how we know this is what this whole line is connected to in the body. So the big toe, right, is helping the body to balance, better yet, to just move, while the crown is connecting us to our higher guidance, literally, where we going with this. So this means that the blue eagle is asking us to just pause for one step at a time, and do not just move from normal habit that, you got to put one foot in front of the other, or we can look at it from moving from a fear, or moving from a habit, or moving from a reaction. But look at that big toe as guiding you through your crown chakra, right, to a higher vision, a higher calling. A simple practice can be, and High Priestess gave this task to me recently, is to work on just standing, standing still. And when my back begins to give me issues, of course, work on retraining my body to stand longer each time I take that opportunity. And I've been doing it. All right. Feel the left big toe rooted into the earth. All right. When you are standing still. And then breathe through your crown chakra as you are focusing on your left big toe. What is the highest vision for my next step? Boom, right there. Then take action that then reflects that vision all the way through. All the way through. Ashe. Ashe. So then we're going to move into our planet whole line. And our planet whole line is actually where we and our bodies are connected to the earth. All right. So the planet teaches the earth. The planet whole lines, teach that the earth is also a living body. That's yeah. We say we're the earth, so why wouldn't we, right? But it's got energetic zones that we move through, just as if we have energy centers in our bodies, just the same way that we have energy centers in our bodies, like the chakras and the radioplasmas. So on this map, the Blue Eagle, if you notice, is sitting right in the North Americas. Ashe? So the Blue Eagle carries the power of vision and the action of literally creating, and also the essence of our mind. So when we work with this earth placement, we're asking, what vision are we holding for this land that we are living on? Our communities and the future we are helping to create. What are we doing? Are you being about the things that you see or want to be? Are you making the changes that you want to see and want to be? And if not, what is that going to take? So the eagle medicine does not only just look, mind you, I said medicine. I did. I said medicine. Does not look at the problem, but it literally rises above the issue in your tissue, the matters that no longer serve you. It sees the pattern and then it helps to create the solution. One thing I know I've learned in all my education and or work experience is, if you find there's a problem somewhere, they'll just go run and tell what the problem is, go with a solution connected to it. And I was reminded of that recently, um, in the priesthood, within the priesthood, to always come when you see matters that need to be addressed, come with a solution. So a real life practice that we can take in with this is to choose one place that you are connected to in your home. It could be in the neighborhood. It could be in the city. It could be anywhere on the land. Just go find you a spot and then just send it a clear and attentive intention or attentive thought, a prayer, a meditation, an action of love, of care, of integrity, and decision, right? Through the vision that you have. And then maybe clean something or plant something or speak life into it, okay? Or just make one decision that supports the harmony and all that it is that you're going to be bringing through that. Ashe, ashe. So then we're coming now to the calendar in and of itself. We're building up. We have built from the root of the whole with the Zocan calendar, taking it into our interpersonal with reading the affirmation, then building upon how it moves through our bodies, right? And how our bodies connect, to the foundation of why we're moving in this energy, and then to the planet. Now we're here to how we are going to literally bring it all together and make a habit out of it with purpose and reflection. So as the magnetic moon that we are in, we're now coming to a close. So if you see that blue square down there at the bottom on number 27, right? That's the 27th plasma of this 28 plasma moon, the red galactic moon. We're in the solar year of the red galactic moon, right? We just started it. And then and what we are in this year is universal water, right? Or universal flow. So here we're reflecting on the guiding question, what is my purpose? It's up there in the top right of the screen. And then the magnetic moon also begins this year with helping us to identify what we are to actually attract and unify and live with intentionally, okay? The totem animal that we're looking at here in this moon is the bat. The bat. The beginning of the solar year is the bat, which is teaching us to move through the unseen, universal waters and universal flows. You might not know what you're looking at, but it's telling you to move through the things you can't see. It's reminding us that purpose is not always something you see first, visible at first. You may feel it, you may vibe in it, you may dream it, you may sense it, you might come up in your gut, but you can't see it, right? But you know it's something that's coming. It's something that you are about to birth. It's something that's about to happen. Your hand might be itching. You don't see the money, but you know something coming, right? So sometimes it's felt through instincts, inner listening, all right, going within, and then actually having the courage to move different, just a little different, in order to position yourself to see it come to pass, right? So then here on Can 255, the question deepens. I've had questions for you throughout each and every single step of us progressing to this point in our journeys. Is that my purpose? The question is my purpose being supported by the vision that I am living every single plasma. Yes, ask yourself that, is my purpose being supported by the vision that I'm living every single day? Okay? Because we're also here, if you notice, where 27 is, where the blue eagle is in the yellow heptad. This week of ripening fruit, that's what we're doing. We're bringing it to a freaking harvest. Y'all ready to pick all the things that you've done through the heptad of initiating the view, then into refining the meditation, then taking it to the next level of transformation on last heptad? Now we are in the ripening. This is asking us to look honestly at what all our choices have been producing over the past magnetic moon of universal flow. Everything that we're going to be putting our attention to for this year, for this moon, for the next 90 whatever some odd days, however you want to do it. Are we growing in peace, or are we growing in confusion? Are we growing in discipline, or are we growing in healing? Better yet, are we just trying to avoid everything? So today's reflection is simple. Simple as this: what fruit is my life producing, and what must I purify so that my vision can stand in integrity? This has been your foundational map concepts, brought to you by none other than Priestess Mutmayat Nefer Habibullah. It has definitely been my pleasure to rise with us all this plasma. So we will now move things over into, do we have any eagles in the space today? I don't believe so. So I'm going to go ahead and read the creed for the Blue Eagle archetype. It is, I am the seer, coded by the Blue Eagle. 15 is my number. 3 gates of 5 are opened by my mind. My name is the endless sky, for I am the sky born. The galaxy pulses with my luminous thoughts. Power of vision, I slip easily through the dimensions, foretell the coming of the shifting times. Through parallel universes, I fly on a single Zavuya track. Vision is the source of my intelligence that sustains the planetary whole. All who seek to know, mind, to create according to the universal plan, come to me, and they shall see. Within my mind is the power of universal mind. in this endless creativity. To know me is to know the astral plane of all embracing infinity from which higher mind is derived. Ashe, Ashe, and Asheo. Yes. So we're now going to go ahead and pull through with our announcements this plasma. I want y'all to definitely take notes because at the beginning are going to be some new things. You want to make sure you write down the dates, the times, may want to write down the title if you want to. And then we're going to come right back. Peace and wholeness. Daily awake, I am today. Daily acknowledges the act of God empowering me to breathe. Alive I am today represents more time to live, move, and have my being. Amazing I am shows the wonders of light shining on my face. Healed from afflictions, distractions, and manipulations of this world. I am today as the sun shines, wind blows, and rain falls, reminding me to stand each test time. Wise as I am today to see the truth at face value and walk with confidence, knowing.
Habitats of weeds, daily supplies. Habitats of weeds, daily supplies. Habitats of weeds, daily supplies.
Stay awake. Ashe, Ashe. All right. My hope and prayer is that you were able to catch some things, but just in case you did not, next Wednesday, all right, we will definitely be joining Baba Neb Taharka Kanish Kwak for the 260 Galactic Kin meditation. Our hope is that you will definitely be in the space. But in order to do that, you need to register. This is a celebration. This is a time to come and commemorate, remember this last solar year or galactic year, okay? Last galactic year, not solar. There's two different ones. And if you come to the New Kin orientation, you definitely would get a higher understanding on that if you're new to the space. but we're closing out the galactic solar cycle of the 260 of who we are in this plasma next Wednesday at 8 p.m. So please, by all means, we're gonna have the foundation crew of MIMEC in the same space again. Finally, to commemorate this occasion. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot more um, meaningful factors to come through during this meditation. So please, by all means, make sure you show up for yourselves, show up for the 260, and show up for the universe. Also, if you are new to the space, you haven't yet heard of Boshatalet, which is our divine feminine coming together as sisterhood within a sister circle of our sacred powers, remembrance, and divine embodiment as one heart, one mind, and one womb. On Thursday, the day after the 260 meditation, from 7 to 8, 1 solid hour, we're going to be bringing our sound vibrations, okay, on August the 27th for the lunar moon. As you noticed on that calendar, we're on the 27th plasma of this moon, which means tomorrow is the 28th. There are only 28 plasmas per moon. So being that case, we go into the new moon on Sunday. All right. So make sure if you're new and you want to be a part of this amazing empowerment, amazing healing, and amazing session, just by all means, tap us in, contact me at yogini9 melanatedimmortals.com or text 404-803-4726 for more information. Ashe. We have within our MIMEC family the Melanated Immortals membership tiers, and we want you to totally be a part of it. So if you would please go to melanatedimmortals.com, look at everything in detail, because trust me when I tell you, there is a plethora of amazing, savings that you can receive from becoming a member of MIMEC. All right. We have 6 levels. The Explorer level, which is generic, which is like some of you might just want to come in and take part of the YouTube, open public, sessions and so on and so forth. But then you may want to walk in through that door, get into the doorway of your evolution and become an engager. There you receive with this package, which is only $17 per moon. All right. There's 13 moons in each cycle. And so for $17 per moon, you get to choose between taking the 13 tones of creation, if you have not already, or the natural time basic course that we're going to be having. You get discounts on some of the merchandise. You get discounts, on some of the classes and or the sessions. But if you see going across the board to play straight out for the whole year, the solar year, you're only paying for 10 moons instead of 13. You see that? When I say knockout savings, because just in a full year, you've already paid for the class and you still get all those other things accommodated to you. You got Seeker, which is the foundation, moving up, rising into your truths and your powers. Then you have the integrator. You're walking in it, you're living it, you're being about it, which is the embodiment tier. Then we go through from there to the divine. Now, mind you, the classes that are available to you, when I tell you, you can't help but evolving through them, the discounts, the savings and all of that. But come on now, look at the all-inclusive enlightenment membership offer here. When you look at the value of every single thing that comes before that, it don't take a rocket scientist. paid in full, $1,500, you get all that. All that. And if you don't have the $1,500 up front, we're giving you the opportunity to make 2 payments. Now you get opportunity for everything else as long as you speak up and say that's what you need. But this right here, 2 payments of $800, you can't beat that. You just can't. So, okay, Moon Goddess was not able to show up. Y'all, school system has started, so we give thanks to everything that she's contributing. Hopefully next time she might have a recording, all right, for us. She's like, there is now a button in the chat they can use. Oh, okay. All right. Just got a notification in the space, but behind stage, that if any of you, this goes with the announcements, okay? If any of you would like to just go ahead and bless us because you're enjoying the space, you're coming here on a regular and you want to contribute to the mission of MIMEC, you can do that now. There's a $ budget available to you in your spaces that you can click on to contribute. So we want you to know in advance. Much gratitude. Definitely much gratitude for your love and support in this that we are doing together, because in Lakesh, Alakin, Ashe, we doing this. We are doing this. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and pull it in, bring up none other than our very own high priestess, Ma'at Makaru. Amen. Makaru, amen. Our goddess of cosmic knowledge, our goddess of spiritual wisdom, our visionary leader. Yes, it was her vision bringing in MIMEC, and she got the support, with Nebtaharka Kanish Kawak and with Baba Wani Imi Tuhudi Shabazz, that brought the law of time into us being who he is, and then Baba Ebtaharka bringing the groundwork of how to really pull it all together. But it was the vision of High Priestess that literally made it happen and gave birth to it. That's what we do as Divine Feminine. We give birth. Ashe. Come on now. Y'all with me on that? She's our spiritual guide. She is definitely an amazing teacher. That's why we come here every single Friday at 7:30 a.m. because we showing up for this. All right. So let's all get within the integrity that she has for everything that she does. Get in with that galactic tone in this plasma, because she is Kin 242. Yes, the white galactic wind. So let's get with this energy today. Peace and wholeness. Give thanks to all of us for allowing me the time and space to be with us this dawning. I'm sure I'll be back at the end, but right now I'm going to yield the mic.
The high priestess of MIMEC who pulled me in. The high priestess of MIMEC who pulled me in. It's time we come together to raise our consciousness. The high priestess of MIMEC who pulled me in. The high priestess of MIMEC who pulled me in. It's time we come together to raise our consciousness.
All right. Great dawning, everyone. I'm cracking up because I was laughing at Priestess Moot dancing backstage. So, am I being heard? I think I am.
Yes, you're being heard. Got it.
All right. Give thanks. Priestess Moot, my aunt Nefer Habibullah, for being our hostess here this dawning. And all of you, welcome, aligning with the cycles. Yes. So I'm excited because I'm excited. And then I got some more stuff I'm going to be excited about. So that's what we're going to talk about. So Um, yes. So let me see. Oh, I don't have nothing else to talk about. Wait a minute. I know. Don't I have another slide? Let me see. Okay. Let me talk about this. Okay. So tomorrow starts my pull-ups, right? I'll be pulling up in Baltimore, the UNIA convention. Shout out to Sister Ya, Kim 141, who invited me up for that. And we will be doing our first set of activations there. So I am very excited about that. And I don't have books, but I got mats, right? So these cork mats that Sister Ya got for us that are all natural cork, and they are infused with womb evolution. And so when you get yours, you're gonna put your energy in it as well, right? So definitely we're gonna do that, and we're gonna do something here in the DMV. I know there's a lot of you, there's a great deal of folks here really right in this area, right? I live in PG County. Y'all know what's up, right? And so we're gonna do something here. So for real, I'm gonna make sure it happens. Then the next week I'm gonna be in Philadelphia, right? So I'm gonna pull up there. We're gonna have some things. There is an event. I don't have it up on the website yet, but I will by today. It's going to be at the One Art Center. It's called Gathering in the Garden, right? Even if you just Google that in Philadelphia, you'll see that I'll be speaking at that event. And also, I believe I'll be on a panel as well. So definitely come up. It's a weekend event or strong end event. And we're going to get these activations done. All right. We talking about being activated. Listen, I told you, y'all come to this convergence, you're gonna be high for at least 6-7 months. I'm saying that's how it be. We come back from the convergence and we be like, man, let me tell you what happened. So definitely we need you guys to let us know that you are coming. The best way to let us know that you're coming is to send in that $222, right? And the information is here, or you can go right to the website and get the information about that. I don't think we're full yet with the housing, but let us know, even if you're just going to come for one, just for the day and you have your own housing, just let us know. This is so we can make accommodations and arrangements for everyone that's going to be there, okay? All right, so that's the convergence. All of this is at the website. You just go right to the website and you go to events. If you have never been to a convergence, I recommend you come. All right, now, all those events I told you about, I'm gonna have my Orisha stones. I'm gonna show y'all because I got them. I got these nice little cases, right? We're gonna have these Orisha stones there. And I heard I might even have some Temple of Soul things there as well. So if you see me in the physical, right, and you want to get some of these items, they will be with me, right? I'll be rolling with these items, right? Here's the thing though. Even as I'm saying that, right, people are purchasing them off the website. So, y'all hurry. I got another shipment coming in. And so, once you see it, these are all unique and one of a kind. So once you see them come in, grab them, right? Yes, Ashe, it'd be like that. Yeah, you better get them because I got them all packaged up, ready to go. So I'm gonna have to pull them out if you get them. So, all right, here we go. Let's go. Let's get into the art of modeling the mind. Oh, look at this girl, child. She just be doing the most with these visualizations. Let's talk about modeling the mind. Let's talk about that. All right, so we are here Oh, thank you, girl. Thank you. You know, I just got it did. I just got my hair did. Okay. So all right, so let's talk about this. Um, we are here in this wave spell of the yellow star. This is the final wave spell before we go into a new spin, right? And so it is a time of celebration. We talked about that 260 that we'll be doing on the next heptad, right? So we always have a celebration on the Kin 260 because that is the one. That's it. You have transcended everything. You have you are living the enlightened life, right? Or you know how you are going to go into this next phase by being the enlightened one, right? You've made that decision. This cycle, right? As I like to talk about the yellow can, when we get to the yellow can, this is a finisher, right? So anytime you get to yellow, right, you finish. You heard in Priestess Moot talk about the different chromatics, and she did a really, really excellent job. I love the information about the holons, you know, the different where your fingers, your ankles, your toes, and where the archetypes are in that and how to use them, right? So when we're talking about the chromatics, right? Red initiates, white refines, blue transforms, and yellow completes the cycle. And so when we get to a yellow wave spell, we know that it is completing a cycle, right? And how do we know what cycle is completing? It's always going to be the lunar tone, which is the one that comes right after it, right? If you look here, right, we started, if you look at the very first archetype, which is the yellow magnetic star, right, that says, I unify in order to beautify, attracting art, I seal the store of elegance with a magnetic tone of purpose, and I'm guided by my own power doubled, right? And what comes up right after it? Kin 249. You see that red one? That's the moon. That's the lunar moon. And it says, I polarize in order to purify, stabilizing flow. I seal the process of universal water with the lunar tone of challenge, and I'm guided by the power of birth. Now, why am I talking about that, right? Because we were talking about how yellow completes a cycle, right? And I'm going to show you that in a minute. Here, this is a description, and we heard, you know, I'm not going to go over this because Priestess Moot did an excellent job of explaining the Zokin, which is on the right-hand side on the Zokin harmonic module. The real Zokin is this little, if you look on the left-hand side, right, the little circle within a circle, right, the wheel. And this is the laid out model is just so that we can understand it. Like I said, it's a way inside. It's a way to put the, you know, it's a, I call it or like I guess this is old school. I don't even know if they still use these terms when they're talking about programming, right? But worms, you put that into the program, right, to get in and have it do something different, right? And that's for me, that's this dream spell cosmology. It's a way, it's an entry into the program using OMAC cosmology, right? So that you can go in to come out, right? Or to just be all, you know, just to be completely whole and not be tethered by that program, right? And so the way that we do that is in these 5 phases. This is a perspective of how we can travel through what we call the Zokin spin. That is approximately 260 plasmas, Earth rotations, so-called days, right? So I'm gonna start down here at 5 because this is the cycle that we're in. We're preparing before the new birth, preparation or purification before birth. Just like when, when we're having a baby, those last 4 weeks of pregnancy. What are you doing? You're preparing. You're making sure the house is ready. You're making sure, the baby itself, right, is putting on more weight. Lungs are getting stronger. Everything is getting stronger. All the excess things that it doesn't need is purifying, right? Because babies, sometimes they come out with that hair, but those little hairs, they come off. They're like, all of that stuff is coming off, right? The melanin centers are growing. So even if the baby comes out a little light, you can see the ears are dark, right? You can tell that once you get a little bit of vitamin D, the full melanated self is going to come out. So all of these things are happening, right? And so this is the same cycle that, or this mimics that cycle. We're getting our weight up. We are purifying before this new birth, right? Before we go to number 1, right? Where we're going to have our new birth and our new paradigm. And so this cycle is completing that. And let's show you real quick here, right? How this looks. We call this the wave spell group of purified art. And so it starts there with that red moon, the purifier. Remember I said that that's how you can tell. If you look at the last wave spell, if you just look at this chart and you look at that last wave spell, the star wave spell, which is the one that we're in, and that second archetype, it's the moon, right? So it's telling you that it's going back to make sure that once you have gone through this group, you have stabilized your purification, right? You are now pure in the way that you art. You are, right? In your art. You're good. You're ready. You're now ready for this new birth to come out into this world in a new paradigm. And it is an exciting time. If you get into these archetypes, like each plasma, this is why we recommend that you get the journal, because it assists you in this process. When you go through, like I recommend that you, like, this is a great time to decide, to make a decision that you're going to go through a 260 spin consciously with a new paradigm in mind. Some suggestions for a new paradigm is, 1, to not be at war. Do not let the war consciousness determine your feelings, right? What do I mean by that? Right? There's nothing wrong with feelings. That the emotions move things. It's energy in motion. It's what you think about those feelings, the judgments that you place on those feelings, the limits, the tethers, the calculations that you make about those feelings, right? Somebody hurt your feelings, right? Because they said something, or whatever. What if somebody say, "Oh, I appreciate," everybody say, "Oh, your hair look good," right? But somebody say, "Nah, I don't think you should wear your hair up. You should wear it down," right? Now, if I wanted to get in my feelings, I said, why do they say that? What do I look like? Or whatever. It's what's happening is the program is making calculations based on war, based on conflict, based on fear, deficit. That's what the artificial program does. Now, here's a decision we can make. I love that. Aware, not war, right? Right? Here's a decision we can make is that our primary thought forms and what we think about our feelings are based on our natural state of being. Our natural mind gives us our thoughts and our feelings, right? Because then now we are, as Thought Seeder has in here, we are aware and not at war. So now we feel differently, right? Somebody say, oh, you shouldn't wear your hair like that. I'll be like, why? It'll be like, oh, your forehead look big. Okay. Oh, well, you know, instead of being in deficit, I said, well, shoot, you know what? My forehead is a little shiny and round, you know, maybe that's right. Right? Or maybe it's not. But it's a different, I'm not making the same calculations because I'm making it from a natural mind that's stable, right? And in its pure, I don't want to use mine again, but it's purified. It's not basing everything on war, conflict, problems, situations, and circumstances. It's not always basing everything on that. It's just, you know, a matter of fact. Then we don't have so many people problems. I swear for God, I'm tired of people problems. I swear for God. Again, like, you know, I like to say, I think the reason why we talk about people and it's always about people, this, people, that, you know, it's because we are all connected and we're confused by why our reflection is saying something that we don't understand. Why our reflection doesn't understand what we understand, or why our reflection doesn't understand us. And you know what I'm saying? So we have these questions. Why? Because we're all connected. So maybe we should focus on the connection and we'd have better discernment. But if we are focused on everything is an offense, it's offensive, right? That's the old program. The new paradigm that we are preparing for gives us greater access, right, to a natural mind. And then maybe once we have that, we can fix some so-called problems, right? Now, being in that state of mind does not mean, you know, I like I said, I'm not for no turn the other cheek and, you know, whatever. It ain't no cheeks to slap. Right? And then that goes out the window. But you'll have a greater sense of awareness when those types of things come your way, or they just don't, right? Because we're not on that no more. We're not always about fighting. We're done, right? We're not looking to go through a whole nother cycle in conflict, at war, in deficit, in fear, in danger, right? Ain't we tired of that? There's something else, right? And so this is that period where we are preparing for that new shift, right? So the moon, the red moon wave spell began the purification cycle, right? The white wind then put in the pure spirit. Remember I said your natural mind is preparing you to use your natural mind. All of us, everybody on here has a specific frequency, right? That you came to earth with. That's divine, that is synchronized, that is gives you the priority position over your own destiny, right? How long have we been operating with something else controlling our destiny? Now, here's the thing. That's not a thing to judge or feel like, oh, damn, how do I do it and whatever. It's we all knew that this was going to happen before we came into these physical forms, right? But now we woke, right? We are now aware of this, and so now we can make a different decision and say, you know what, I'm going to align with that. That's that pure spirit, and then you allow that to be your flow, so that when you go into this wave spell that we just completed, which is the eagle wave spell, right? Which is the wave spell of vision. Then now you got your right mind. Now you have you and your natural mind. You know how maybe you get in trouble and your mom said, did you just lose your natural mind? You know what I'm saying? Right? Now you can create the vision of that mental state. Like I said, everybody got their sweet spot. We all have it. The earth knows it. Your body knows it. Right? The thing that we use the most, that we rely on the most, is just a piece of our consciousness, right? The waking consciousness. Right? We haven't yet, or we are just learning, I'm going to say, to be comfortable with the unknown, right? With the unconscious. And like I say, consciousness is always conscious. Just because your waking mind or your personality doesn't know, doesn't mean it's not there, right? So a part of creating that mental state also is allowing you to expand and realize that it's bigger than just what you can think about in the moment. Right? This is why, in certain cultures and things, some of the things they talk about is your vessel. If you come in with a full cup, it's nothing else. Nobody can tell you anything. You know everything. You already, and you did this. How have you ever had those conversations with people where you're just trying to tell them something, and then everything is they already know. Like little children are like that a lot, right? At a certain point where they're about 9 or 10, right? And you're trying to tell, I know how to do it. I already know. I remember my daughter, it was funny when she was little, she knew everything, right? And she said, I asked her a question, I said, what are, I know what poor, I don't know why we were talking about this particular thing, but I just remember what she said. And we're talking about people being poor. She said, well, what are poor? She said, I know what poor people are. And then I said, oh, okay, what? And she said, poor people are people who can't pay their taxes. And so I was like, okay, you got me, everything, So, that coming in with your cup full, right? Sometimes you just need to drink. Look, while you drinking that water, you listening. You're not saying everything that you know. You want to drink what you already have, so then you can allow your mind to expand, right? And then that cup can fill up again, right? So this is the eagle, right? The eagle wave spell. Now we're here in the star wave spell, and that's the one that we're going to be closing out today. And we're going to talk about this blue galactic eagle. We're going to talk a little bit more about it. We heard Priestess Mutmaat Nefer Habibla give us the foundational information about this, right? And this, oh, look at these eagles. Look at that. Ooh, I love it. Okay, so the blue galactic eagle, here, I'm going to expand this, is now, comes back and says, I harmonize in order to create modeling mind. I seal the output of vision with a galactic tone of integrity, and I am guided by the power of self-generation. And I love that because we know that self-generation is that storm, right? That keeps it, the world changing, that keeps things changing, right? So this blue galactic eagle, right, that was the previous wave spell. See how I talked about that previous wave spell? The galactic tone has so much integrity, it comes back to make in the next wave spell to make sure we got it. Right? So let's talk about how we got here, right? And I want to do this briefly because, again, we're closing out. This is a great cycle, right? Even if you haven't been following this or whatever, we always stand beyond time. You didn't miss nothing. It's not too late, right? Those are deficit. That's the part of the program that says you can't, that's a linear thing. Time is always here. We're the masters of it. Right? That's part of our that's part of the sweet spot that we have. Right? And that's where we were yesterday on Kin 254. And I'm gonna work my way there, right? I'm gonna work my way there. So I talked a little bit about these first two, right? The magnetic star and the lunar moon, right? Because that lunar moon was telling us to make sure that you are purified. Stabilize your flow, stabilize your sweet spot. We all have it. We all have a unique signature that helps guide our purpose, right? This lunar moon is guided by birth. It's guided by our incarnation, right? So it's saying stabilize that, stand strong in that, and then watch this flow, right? It's going to flow into your heart. That's Kin 250, right? It's going to then on Kin 251, then now that you are loyal to the truth that's in your heart because you have aligned with your true self, right? Now you can take a moment and start determining how you're going to play with this illusion. How do you want this to look? It's your decision, right? I know sometimes when we start, when we think about that, right? And we think about, because the monkey, as we know, is the master magician. And it says, this is magic and things like that. So when we think about magic, we might be thinking of Harry Potter and Gandalf, and you got a wand, and you say, I forgot the word they use, and then, something turns into a duck, right? or Gandalf, you shall not pass, right? So anyway, y'all know I gotta make it fun in the morning, right? Let's wake up, let's have some fun, right? So 251, right? That's Mama Pam, and happy galactic return to her, right? And so now we can determine, this is telling us to go ahead and determine before we go into this new birth. Remember, we putting on the finishing touches here. We're making it a work of art. Determine how you want this to be by using your imagination. right? The imagination is that wand, right? Sometimes, and then if you want to take it down to a more specific way in which how your magic works or how your universe works. If you are in our 13 tones class, so you want to come to it or get the replay of it, right? Use your mental body. That's a little sauce for you. It tells you exactly how you remember I said we all have a specific way. We all have a unique way in which we operate in this world, right? Use your mental body on your destiny cross. Whatever your mental body is on your destiny cross tells you how it's a perspective. That's my perspective. Tells you how your universe operates. Okay. Mind operates through influence. I got the yellow human in my mental body. That's my universe. So sometimes now, how does that work? It's always they say it's the challenge and the gift. How does that work? So I can look at over the years, I've always had let me not say always. I have had challenges with influence. I don't mind the wisdom or the free will, but sometimes I don't like to push my influence, right? But here's the thing that I realize it's a natural occurrence. It's always that thing that you don't even be trying to do, that you just do, right? So that magic wand is it's an automatic thing, right? So that's something to look at. That's something that may help or assist you in using this this magic and measuring it, right? Because again, we are preparing for this new birth. Let's go to Kin 252, right? Which is the overtone human, right? Which is saying, let the will be free. You have the power to allow divine will to flow freely, right? And command the wisdom that comes with it. You are empowered by your own influence. Influence means inflow. Inflow with your natural self, your natural authority, right? And purpose for being on earth in the first place. Then we go to 253, right? Which brings it all into balance with what? I've been talking about this the whole time. Your destiny, right? The prophet, the 253 is the rhythmic Skywalker, right? That says, I organize in order to explore. So I'm organic with the exploration of what? My hope, my prophecy, my destiny. I'm destined for these things, and I bring balance to the wakefulness. I'm okay with what is available to me right now because it's a lot. There's a lot of things I haven't explored yet, but I will. I'm going to do it in balance. Right? I seal the output of space. Right? All of the spaces in which you exist. Remember, I talked about the conscious and the unconscious mind, or the things that you may not know right now in your thoughts. That's a part of your exploration too. That's a part of your space too. All the thought forms that are hovering around us, that we're breathing in and out all day and all night, those are your spaces too. I was having this conversation, and I think I've mentioned this on one of these sessions before, but I was having a conversation with Sister Nate, and we talk about the dream space. And when you are able to make sure, remember I said that you get to decide, right? The magic, using your imagination. When you in all of the spaces in which you exist in the dream space, right? That's completely subconscious. Your personality, your all of that, that's that's gone. It's subconscious. This is what you really think and what you really feel, right? And it'll show up in that dream space. But once you realize that in that dream space, what you're saying right now, the awakened consciousness that shows up, then you say, I'm not at war. I'm not in deficit. I'm not in lack. I'm not in danger. And it shows up in those other spaces where your conscious mind is not in the primary position, where your subconscious is. That means you have a merging of those minds. This is also why we recommend brain balancing. That helps with that process. So your mind is your mind, no matter where it is. Right? So that's at 253. And 254, that's where we were. That's Basu, right? Where now we're in resonance. We are tuning this new birth, this preparation of this new birth, right? We are tuning this art that we have, this art of living. We are tuning it to time. We are the masters of time. We get to decide, right? So we go into this process where we channel in order to enchant. So now we're taking this art of being, right? We are in balance with our destiny, right? And we are now channeling that to enchant. We channel in order to enchant, inspiring receptivity. So if we decided when we in this finishing cycle that ain't gonna be no more war, no danger, that is not going to be the primary way in which we think. Remember, we said we're gonna be in our natural mind and in natural time with Kin 254. And when you're in natural time, right, you resonate with the natural frequencies. You are now in the spirit. You are let me get one word out at a time, right? You are inspiring receptivity, right? What's channel? It's a canal. I channel in order to enchant. So I'm just enchanting my natural spaces. I'm enchanting my art. Look at these artists up here on this visual, right? Inspiring receptivity, the receipt of activities that are now in alignment with this art of being us. And I have the command of time. This is what's the wizard? Timelessness. It's the one that holds the attunement of art, right? So the wizard channels art. Why is that? The artist is the way shower to what? If we look at the beginning archetype and the end archetype, which is 260, right? The enlightened one, right? It's showing us the way to live an enlightened life. And what in this realm, what is the difference between 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D, and beyond? Time. Time is the thing right? That it, and that's why I like to say in the third dimension, we're talking about not lower, but slower. It slows down consciousness. So then we can be receptive to the activities, right? That we determine. The 10254 is also guided by death, guided by the world bridger, right? Which kills the false self. So the only thing that we tuning into, the only frequency that we are allowing to be a part of this art is our true self and our natural mind and on natural time, right? We're not worried about that the consciousness is slower. We still have access to our full faculties, right? If we just settle in to the truth about who we are, right? And then we come here at 255, the galactic eagle, right? That's what we're talking about today, right? That now puts us in harmony, right, with the natural mind, because we just channeled natural time, right? And we're going to finish it off this one part tomorrow, right, with Kin 256. That's going to close it out with intending to use this intelligence, right? So let's talk about this real quick. Let's go to this next one, right? So we harmonize. We are in harmony, right? When we harmonize, what's that? That's when you got, you singing and and then somebody come in and say, woo! I don't know if that's harmony, but anyway, you get what I'm doing, right? So we are now in harmony, right, with our mind. The mind that's going to put this to an art, right? We have confidence in that. Even though, I don't really have a voice, I had confidence. I don't care. I'm gonna sing. I'm gonna do my doo-wop, right? We are in harmony with creation, right? We remember who we are, what species we come from. We come from the Most High. We come from the Creator. We come from Source. And so what do? We do Source shit. We do God shit, Goddess shit, divine being, cosmic beings, infinite beings. That's what we do. We operate in that. We are in harmony with that. That is our natural mind. We don't ever lose sight of it, just like the eagle. The eagle does not lose sight of whatever it chooses for dinner. It already peeped it 5, 6, 7 miles away. It already knows. Same thing. We don't lose sight. We don't come down off of that because of, somebody says something some kind of way and we feel some kind of way about it. Oh, we say, oh, wait a minute, I'm feeling something. What's this feeling? Why do I have it? What can I do with it? Where does it come from? Oh, it's coming from that program, man. Whatever. I'm not on that. Don't put that in my mind. That's not my primary way of thinking anymore. I'm done with that. I'm modeling my mind. Y'all remember in the movie Lucy, when she got to a certain point, I forget what level she was at, but she said, I feel like I'm recategorizing my mind, my brain. I'm putting my brain in categories, right? You do brain balancing, you'll have that sensation too, right? I often feel like that. I'm modeling my brain to allow the mind is consciousness, pure consciousness. If we talking about the galactic eagle, right, coming out of this wave spell that started with purification. So we're modeling the mind to be in the mentality of who we actually are. Tough, right? No longer in that mind that can just any old thing can get us off course. Now we not divine no more because we want to fight somebody. Oh, now we not divine because we've given someone the authority to determine how we feel about something. Now we're not in the right mind because we're so broken that we have to project ourselves or the importance of ourselves on others. Let me tell you something. There some of those things that you hold so tightly, be willing. We're talking about modeling the mind, right? Be willing to give it up and see what happens. It's an amazing process. I know, if we've doing this work, you know what I'm talking about. It's an amazing process. Something that you have held so closely to you. And you have the will to let it go. And not let it go from I'm not talking about the turn of the cheek shit. That ain't what I'm talking about. I'm saying be willing to let it go so that you are not limited by it. Right? That's part of modeling the mind too. What are we going to say? You can have your judgments and your thoughts, but you're not limited by them. They are not controlling. They are not allowing you to not see the clear vision. The more you are willing to remove the obstacles, the more of your mind space you have. You have access to more. And probably the thing that you wanted anyway. You may even know now how to deal with a particular person, place, or thing that you have had an issue with for a long time. And let's say they are the bad guy, right? They the bad guy. Nobody's taking that away from you. I said, don't be limited by it. And then when you get there, you must, oh, man, I wish I had let this go a long time ago. Because then now you know the what, why, how, when, where that you had never thought of before because you weren't willing to let that go to this next. But you are always the authority over your own destiny. You are always protected. Right? Even in situations where you didn't feel protected. Like I remember somebody told me that this was some years ago, and I almost cussed them out. This was a long time ago because those of us who are some of our natural abilities, we can see in real time things, invisible things, right? And when you grow up and you were, we're told those things were demonic and those things were, it's the devil and all of this stuff. So then you created the brain. You had a category in your brain that those things are scary and they're bad and they're this, that, and the other. And then especially if you have things that would hold you down at night and all of that stuff, and hear laughing and all kinds of stuff, right? Man, all kinds of spooky stuff. I lived poltergeist, right? When I was a child, I lived it. So you can't tell me nothing, right? And so somebody was like, oh, well, you're always protected. I cussed their ass out. I said, no, I wasn't. Right? Now, what I can say is that I know why I had those experiences now, right? And if if my mind had been modeled a different way, I would have handled those things in a different way. I know how to handle them now. I know how to discern the spirits now, right? But if I were decided that I was just gonna stay like, no, there's some scary stuff, and I ain't gonna mess with these invisible things that I can see. Why am I seeing them? I'm seeing them for a reason, right? I'm supposed to. That's part of my, uh, you know, my destiny here. That's part of what came in with us, right? Well, a lot of times people call these things gifts. I say they're abilities because we're supposed to have them. They're natural abilities. They're not gifts. That's my perspective. Why are they gifts? Right? To me, that's my perspective, right? Saying that they're gifts puts us in deficit. I mean, somebody gave it to us because we deserved it, or we did something to come up, to rise up from something, right? And so we got some gift, right? It's an ability and it's natural. And I think we even have more than what we've experienced. That's just me. That's my, we say, what's our species? We come from the Creator. We supposed to have them. We are our ancestors. We supposed to have them. We are divine beings. We supposed to. It's no different than a bird being able to fly. Is that a gift? Or are they supposed to be able to fly? Right? We are in a solar dimension. When we're in our physical form, we're supposed to be able to see all consciousness, even if it's slower, or feel it, or sense it, or know. We got people that remote view and all kinds of stuff, right? We're supposed to. It's part of being a source being. It's part of being God in the flesh. We still have our abilities. We can still model our mind to be able to see past dimensions, past worlds, into other worlds, into other, parallel things, because we might be able to use it here. Those are abilities. They come with being one of us. Right? And we all have them. They may be different. We may have different specialties. Right? But we're going to model our mind to be who we naturally are. Right? If we, anyway, that's just, I ain't gonna go into that no more. All right, let's go to this next one. We still the Alpha Division. We are locked into this new paradigm. We have this on lock. We got the right mind now. We put our brain in these categories that say, nope, that's secondary. This is primary. Being our natural self is primary. Being in our natural mind is primary. On natural time, primary. We seal the output of the vision. We got it on lock. We're not going into this next let me just say what we're not going to do. We are going into this new 260 spin with a primary mindset. Even if we don't know what it is, we just know we're going to be primary in our natural mind. That's all we need to know. With the galactic tone of integrity, it's attainable and sustainable and guided by self-generation. If we ever get to a point where we're questioning again, we're going to go into that storm energy and self-generate. Power up. Clear out some things that may be in the way, because we're going to, our brain is going to be on lock with our natural mind. This is how we model ourselves, and we stay focused on it, just like the eagle, right? Let's talk about how the eagle does what it does, right? It channels purification. So it's channeling the natural flow. Remember I said we all got a sweet spot. The eagle has its eye set on that universal flow, the pure flow of who we are. It's set on it. It's locked. It's not taking its eye off of that. That's why when you are focused, you don't lose sight of your vision no matter what. You go through some hard times, some good times, some whatever times, mediocre times, you still have your vision. It doesn't change. It's pure. It's connected to you. It becomes you. You embody it. This is how you create this mental state. So this is how that ego locks in on that universal flow. It doesn't change. Right? The mental body is the serpent. Right? We talked about that last night on Orisha Stone, right? We had all our serpents on there, right? So the mental body is life force. It says when you lock in, I'm locked in on that pure mind, a pure flow. And we're going to live our life like that. Not live in the stars or live in, we say always in meditation, right? Because the meditation is out here. Right? Ain't you tired of every time, you close your eyes and you have this great vision or whatever, and then now you got to pack up, go to work, and or whatever you do, and it doesn't match. Now give it time, right? I'm not saying be in judgment of it, but just know that when that vision is so clear and so focused, it becomes your force of life. It becomes your primary force of life. It lines up with it, right? Because that's why the ego is output. It says what I'm seeing is what I'm getting. When I change my mind, that's exactly what it's going to be, right? The way that it moves is through the world bridger, right? The emotional body. What puts the ego in motion is the world bridger. And what do we say about the world bridger? The world bridger brings death to the false self. So that self that is in conflict, at war, in deficit, in danger, in fear, it can't move with that. It's the true self, because I'm channeling universal flow. I'm channeling that pure flow. I'm locking this into our life force. So I need to know the true opportunities that come with being one of us. That's how I'm going to move. Because then that's how I know that I'm going to get we talking about the eagle. The eagle in 5 miles away is going to look at a rabbit. It knows it's going to get it. Same thing metaphysically. It says, listen, these are the opportunities that are aligned with my specialty. That's what I'm going to do. I'm locked in, right? The way that it comes out, right, is, and actually it's a different glyph. It should be the seed. The way that it comes out is through the yellow seed, which flowers awareness, blossoms what we have been aware of. Right? So if now, let's take this, I'm saying this because as we finish out this cycle, right, on the next one, we're going to be on Ken number 2. So this is a way to change your mind or determine your focus for this next 260 spin and what you want to see blossom awesome. I always say take a 260 spin, at least a 260 spin. You can also take a 364-day spin, right? But take a birthing cycle. I'm saying 260 spin because it's a birthing cycle. And change your mind about who you have been. You can be proud of all of the things that you have already accomplished, all of the things that, all the work that you have put in, right? None of that goes anywhere, right? Just know that there's more. All of the abilities that you call gifts, right? You probably have even more than that. There may be things that we haven't experienced because the mind has been locked. Unlock it. Right? There's an art to this. Take a 260 spin and change your destiny. Right? Lock into your purpose. So with that, it definitely has been my honor and my pleasure. I love y'all. I will see y'all this evening on the last session of our orientation. And that's where you can get your questions answered and all kinds of things. So definitely join us this evening. It has been my honor, my pleasure. I love y'all. I'm going to see y'all in the next one. Hotel.
Ooh. Hotel. All right. High Priestess. Y'all. Whoa. That's a replay on top of replay on top of replay on top of replay. There's not much more that really needs to be said. Y'all need to give it up in that chat. Y'all need to be ready to celebrate. Y'all need to, let me say we, need to be in the position to influence the condition of everything in our hearts and our minds that we're bringing to the universe as a whole. Because she just broke that down to us, the art of modeling the mind. Model it, be it, see it, rise up in it. So give thanks to you, High Priestess, and give thanks to each and every one of us who showed up into the space. I'm going to go ahead and close us out. Enjoy your plasma.
Immortal. Yeah. Came out the portal, immortal into a human body. I've been existing way before the earth had Anunnakis. Intergalactical battles, intergalactical travels, infinitely going through stars. The universe will unravel all of its secrets, peep it. I'm starting to leak it. Time for truth is coming, 100, it's time to seek it. Expanding my perception through the spectrum of light. I'm going in with spectrum and the shit's out of sight. We indigo children, yeah, we building frequencies through the ceiling. Penetrating through reality, a marvelous feeling. Regardless, we're healing these humans that be claiming we demonic. The resonance goes over their heads, we super cosmic. Your logic is ignorance mixed with fear in your thinking. My pineal gland is flooded, son, that shit don't be blinking. Sinking into your subconscious like a song with no words. The way I come up with these symbols of letters is absurd. Hey yo, my rhymes are like angelic beings. That shit is freeing, so pure that if you were born blind, I'll have you seeing. Breathing in a multi-dimensional light so captivating. Double helix is nonsense, so what I'm activating. Feel the power from within, seeping right through my skin. From the earth into my feet as it goes up to my chin. It got me grinning, rotation like spirals, my music spinning. I told you that I don't be playing, still I'm always winning. Fibonacci to the haters, curve them right to the side. They don't understand the energy, it comes from inside. So inside is what I master, used to be a disaster. Now I'm gladly elevating to a whole new chapter. Yeah, I'm giving birth to a whole new style. I incarnated through New York, yeah, I read Long Isle. Don't get it twisted though, I'm truly repping this earth. I came to free all these humans and show you all what you're worth. Immortal. Yeah, raising your frequencies one soul at a time. As I pass this mic to my boy Spectrum, yo Spectrum, light that up, kid.
They tried to tell me I'm mortal, I told them I was immortal. They asked me what makes me different, I asked them what makes you normal. I just followed my morals and I unfollowed the formal. Hopped on a track with crews, now we straight cruising through portals. I download the Metatron, I'm reversing it till I'm dead and gone. If you think I'm dope, then you said it wrong. Not trying to flex, but I'm hella strong. Mine did things you never seen. When I say mine, you know what I mean. I'm the most when I'm in my mode, and y'all average is like the mean. I really didn't mean to go intervene. I'm the middleman chilling in between. You should do the math, we ain't keeping score. But I just hit a 3.14. I cook it up, make it look easy as pie. I'm moving in silence and seeing the sign. I am the G. If you remove me, all you gon' see is your sins. This is a big game of sins. The simulation is breaking again. I'm taking control, creating my soul. And if the truth fits, I'm breaking it in. Breaking it. All I really know is that I'll never know. I've been here for forever, don't know when to go. I think that indicates that I'm an indigo. In that case, I'm in the go. Green light, my heart, chakra booming. Solar plexus, Lexus zooming. You assuming that I'm human. I'm just being what you doing. I've been teaching teachers frequently. It's apparent I'm a parent when it comes to raising frequencies. The way I'm living life, I haven't rest in peace recently. Immortal with my technique, but my ego dying easily. Death is teasing me by leaving me with DMT. Now it seems to me that everything I see is seeing me. Life is just an infinite circle with a twist. I used to wanna be like them, now they do not exist.
Immortal.